to get the water underneath. That's more than enough to get the mixture underneath, get it to do its thing, and de-adhesive. Hello, hi, hello, hi, how are you today? I hope you're having a fabulous day so far. Welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, that's okay. Thanks for joining us anyway. Right, okay, so we're back to the TikTok and that water, oil, soap concoction. If you saw my reacting to TikTok nail hacks, I'll have it linked for you. Then you know what I'm talking about, the water, oil, soap mixture, soak off nail thing. I was very disturbed by the whole idea of it. But quite a few of you reached out to me and said that you wear press-ons all the time and this is how you remove them without damaging the press-on so you can reuse it and without damaging your nail. The problem with all these videos that I'm seeing is none of them are really saying that it's specifically for press-ons, and a lot of people are trying to do this with their hard gel or acrylic enhancements. So because so many of you love this removal process for your press-ons, I tried it. I put on press-ons and I soaked them off. And because so many people on the TikTok seem to be using this method, what I believe inappropriately, I also tried soaking off a hard gel enhancement so we could see if it actually worked and if it damaged your nail. My nail, I should say. And don't forget, if you like this video while you're watching it, give it a thumbs up. Get it in the algorithm. And of course, you can subscribe if you're interested in more nail stuff. Nail myths, nail history, nail art.
I do it all.
Let's jump into the video. Okay, so let's go ahead, take a look at the removal process for the press-ons, and then we'll come back and we'll chat about our findings. Okay, well, today is the day. I'm nervous. Today is the day that I am going to attempt to soak off my nails in water, canola oil, and dish soap. So these fancy little guys that I've got on right now are just press-ons. I painted them red because I didn't want to walk around with clear nails on. So these are just some press-ons that I glued on. They've been on for 24 hours, so the glue is fully set. They've been on for 24 hours. I've done laundry. I've, you know, lived my life and they didn't pop off. This thumb, I built a little gel enhancement. She's on there all nice and good. There's no lifting. I did every step that I would do on any client. These are just glue-on press-ons. And this is a fully bonded gel enhancement. We've got vegetable oil, all the soap you could ever need, and a dish I'm gonna fill with warm water. Okay, we'll add some soap. And now we'll put in some canola oil. I don't know how much. We'll try that. Okay, here we go. Here's my bowl full of soap, water, and vegetable oil. I put a little tea towel down because I'm a disaster. I'm nervous. Okay, let me get my camera set up on like a tripod so I don't have to hold it because something tells me this is gonna take a minute. Here we go. So in all the videos that I've seen, they like press down. I'm gonna do that a little bit, but I am not comfortable with that because I can feel the pressure on my nails doing that. But let's let them soak and see what happens. I guess I'll meet you back when there's something worth seeing. Cool. One actually popped off, not too difficultly. What? My index finger. And the funny thing is it actually made a difference doing this motion. I could feel it loosening and loosening and loosening a little bit. And then it was just like, boop. The lighting isn't the greatest at this angle to see if there's any damage. So I'm going to keep soaking and
see if we can get any more to come off. This one was the shortest, like my natural nail. This one was the shortest. The rest have a bit of a free edge. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference. But I thought this one was stuck on the best. So that's interesting. Okay, back to soaking. Okay, about 5 minutes later, and they are all off. Yeah, so we'll let these dry up and see if there's any serious nail damage or anything, but it was actually pretty easy to get off. I just, like everyone says, pressed on the bottom of the bowl, like basically with the tips of the nails. Let me show you on one. But what I did notice was as I was doing it, the warm water made these very flexible, which I was scared they were just going to break in half, which completely defeats the purpose of doing this so you can save the press-ons. But yeah, as I was doing that, I just kind of like moved my cuticles away. Like I was just kind of pushing, like doing this, pulling the cuticles away from the press-ons. And as I was doing that, I guess it moved the skin around enough that there was a bit of, you know, lifting or space or something for this water concoction to get underneath the actual press-on, and it starts to break down the glue. And I guess it pops off relatively easy once doing that. So those guys are off. That was no problem. Easy peasy. Here are my nails after a few hours after taking the press-ons off. So the shiny spots, you can see that's where there's residual glue. So I'm gonna take this glue off and see what my nails look like. They don't look too bad. That right there. I can't tell if that's my nail peeling or glue right now. My thumb looks a teeny bit beat up, but not too bad so far. So let's take the glue off. So I'm just using a cotton ball and acetone to take the residual glue off. Here are my nails after I have taken off all of the glue using just acetone. So they are super dried out and like gross looking. So any damage that I have to my nail is going to be seen tenfold. And to be fair, a bit of this damage has been caused by me just not taking care of my nails and being too rough with them when I, you know, do them. Yeah, that thumb, there's a little bit of peeling going on. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some cuticle oil, massage it in my nails, and then take it off. So I'm gonna rehydrate my nails, take it off, and we should be able to see the damage if there is a lot or what's going on. Let's do that. Here is what we are working with. The worst of them all is the thumb, quite honestly. We've got that little nugget there. I don't know what the deal is with that. Oh, he just came off. Okay. We'll forget that. So the worst of it is the thumb. You can see those little white marks? Those right there. Those are like little parts of my nail that have been like lifted, I guess, because of the getting the press on off. So you can see how they like how your nail is sort of like in layers. So they kind of peel backwards a little bit. That's what that's from. This guy's not too bad. This one was the first one to come off, also the shortest. So I don't know if that is relevant at all, but this guy was actually the easiest Well, this one was the first one to come off. This one just like, yeah, it was really clean. This guy, we've got like a little white bit there. I can't tell if that's old polish, which is entirely possible, because I've got some up there too, which that would be old polish. But anyway, other than that, it doesn't look too bad. Pinky baby. We've got 2 little white spots there, and that is from pressing in the bowl and bending right there. That's like pressure, like from pressure on your nail, kind of like, if that makes sense. But all in all, not too bad. Not too bad.
So as you can see, it works really well for press-ons. Because press-ons aren't actually like chemically bonded to your nail, it's literally just a layer of glue with plastic over top of it stuck to your nail. There is no chemical change in your nail plate or anything like that to increase adhesion. The mixture simply loosens up the glue, stops it from being sticky, removes it from your nail a little bit or from the press-on nail, and they slowly and gently come off your nail with minimal damage if you're careful. I did press down in the bowl on like the nail tips, like most of the TikToks had said to do. It does help remove them faster, but this motion causes bending right across here, and you're going to get, obviously, lifting right at the cuticle area. That's where you're going to get the beginning lifting because of the pressure. But by doing that, you're creating like little peels in the nail, almost like little bends and little peelies. And because they're wet, they're that much more susceptible to damage. It's that much easier to damage them. While doing this does help lift them and get them off faster, I found that that is where I was getting the damage, was right where it was bending, and it was peeling up layers of my nail. Not a lot, but enough that it was noticeable. Also, on my baby finger, you don't see it in the footage that I took, but the next day, it seems like once my nail fully dried out, the next day I noticed that there actually was some separation between my nail bed and my nail plate, just a tiny little bit, right at the sort of free edge area. Again, right where it would be bending. It's almost like the pressure of it kind of like did that to my nail a little bit. It's fine now. It grew out. Nothing happened. Nothing grew underneath it or anything weird like that. But I do want to let you know that it did happen. I originally said that this is a good idea, but after looking at my nails closer, after polishing them a couple times and just seeing the growth and the potential damage that was caused, I don't think doing this is a great idea. And I have relatively strong nails. They don't really get damaged that easily. So that could be one of the reasons why they bent so much, is because they are stronger. And maybe if you have a weaker nail, they come off a little bit easier, but then I feel like you're at risk for really bending your nail even more. What I would recommend, instead of this thing, I did this too, is I just sort of fiddled with like the cuticle area and the skin around the nail, and just by pulling it like that, it moves the skin away from the nail, and it kind of just manipulates your natural nail enough that it gently pulls away from the press-on, and then more of the water soap oil mixture can get underneath and work its magic. And then you can pull a little bit more and a little bit more, and just a little bit of water gets underneath and gently removes them. Doing this removes them faster. But I would highly recommend just a gentle soak. Just massage your cuticles. It feels so nice when you're massaging your cuticles in the oil. It feels really nice. My hands ended up really soft. You see that I used acetone to remove the concoction. If I didn't do that and just let my hands sort of like wash them off, let them naturally do their thing, I feel like it would be a really nice treatment for your hands and nails. I recommend a gentle soak and just a massage of the fingers. You could even just do something like this, where you're kind of massaging your nail back and forth. And again, the manipulation of that, that's enough to get the water underneath. That's more than enough to get the mixture underneath, get it to do its thing and de-adhesive. Let's take a look at the hard gel enhancement and see what happens. And then we'll meet back and discuss our findings again.
Now we are going to try this fully bonded gel enhancement. So I always recommend to, I always recommend to cut off any excess length when you're removing this, but we're going to do it exactly like all the hacks have shown us. And I'm just going to put this right in here and see if even any lifting happens. Let's do that. Just one finger hanging out in a bowl of soap. Something tells me this is, if it works, is going to take a really long time. So I guess I'll meet you back. Okay, I've been sitting here for like 20 minutes with my thumb in this concoction, and really all it's doing is making my hand super greasy.
Oh, that's greasy. That's really fucking greasy. Yeah, it's greasy. Greasy.
Nothing is happening. It's not, I'm just greasy and getting pruny. No, I would say this is a no for any sort of properly bonded enhancement nail. Ridiculous. There's literally nothing's going on. Even if I try picking at the bottom, which don't do that. Like I can't. Okay, I don't want to sit with my hand in this greasy water anymore. This guy, nothing. There's nothing. There's no lifting. There's nothing. So don't use it on gel.
Nothing happens. It doesn't work. Don't do this on acrylic or gel enhancements. If you go to the salon and get your nails done, don't do this. If you have a kit from Amazon or Sally's or something and you do your own nails, don't do this. Don't do it. It doesn't work. And if you do get it to work, you're wrong. No, it's not meant to work. That would just be like if you had a bath and put, you know, bath oils in it, a bubble bath with bath oils, and your hands are in the water, your nails don't pop off, do they? No, that's what this is. Okay, like I mentioned before, press-ons, we're not chemically changing anything about your nail. We're just sticking, gluing plastic on top. The enhancements, acrylic or gel, generally when you prime your nails before doing any of these acrylic, gel, anything like that, generally it's to change the pH or acidity level of your nail to match the product so that it, real good. Acrylic and gel enhancements are not meant to be temporary. They're not necessarily permanent, like they last forever. Obviously they grow with your nail, but the idea is they are permanently on the nail until it grows out. With exceptions. Press-ons are intended to be temporary. They are not meant to last as long as acrylic and gel enhancements. They are meant to be temporary. They are meant to be easily taken on and off with minimal damage. That's why they remove so easily. Something that's not meant to be temporary, something that's meant to be on as long as possible, almost permanent with growth, it's not going to easily come off like that. You have to use acetone or a file to get those off properly. If you're digging underneath the cuticle area with an orange wood stick or a cuticle implement or something to get it to lift, or even your own nail to get it to lift, to get the water underneath, that's not how this goes. That is going to cause tons of damage to your nail. You know how most people say, oh, when I go to the nail salon and I get acrylics or I get gels, they make my nails so thin? Not necessarily. It could be the application method and they are removing too much of your natural nail before putting the enhancement on. That's obviously going to cause your nails to feel thinner. Or it's an incorrect removal process. Whether you go to the salon and they use another tip to get underneath, if that's the case, don't go back to that salon. They don't care about you. They care about money. Don't go back to that salon. Or you, at home, use dental floss or your fingers or your teeth. That's what's causing your nail to feel thin and damaged because you're tearing layers off by doing that. Obviously, it's going to feel thin. Cut the length off, file the top coat off, soak them in acetone. If that doesn't work because it's a hard gel and it doesn't soak off, then just file. I would recommend you go see your nail tech and ask them to take it off. All right, so that's it. I guess we could say hack busted, but not really because it does work on press-ons. I feel like this is just a lesson in general for TikTokies. Don't believe everything you see. And it's possible that what they're showing you isn't wrong, but in 30 seconds to a minute, there's not enough time to explain everything. So if you see something that looks cool and that might work, do a little bit more research on it. See if it works for what you want it to work for, instead of just assuming. Especially when it comes to, you know, your body and taking care of yourself and keeping yourself safe. Just because it's viral on TikTok doesn't mean it's true. I feel like apparently that needs to be said. But that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I am fairly certain that YouTube kind of doesn't like small channels anymore and tries not to put us in the algorithm. And even people who are subscribed to me and other small channels like me, even our subscribers, YouTube sometimes won't even put our video in our subscribers' feeds, like in their subscription feed. And the way to fix that is to like the video or leave a comment. Any engagement will tell YouTube to put us into the algorithm. So not just for me, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or leave a comment. It will definitely help me out. But any other small channel that you are a fan of, all the thumbs up, all the comments, tell YouTube that you'd rather watch them than somebody with 1 million subscribers, because really, sometimes those people are kind of crap. So yes, if you like it, thumbs up for all small YouTubers. And if you've tried this, leave me a comment. How did it work out for you? Also, what is your favorite way to remove any sort of product off your nail? Let me know. I really like removals. I don't know why. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.